PhD in Indigenous Health is very symbolic. It's the first one in the world. A lot of other programs that exist, which is very few, have components of Indigenous Health, but it's never been the central component of the PhD program. So this is precedent setting.
One of the things that I'm very proud of is that the majority of our faculty teaching in the Indigenous Health PhD are Indigenous people. We've hired 5 new Indigenous Health scholars, and among the 5 of us, we have nearly 100 years experience in Indigenous Health. This is a focus on Indigenous Health from researchers and clinicians who've worked in the front lines of Indigenous Health, and we're Indigenous peoples ourselves with a lot of the same experiences. So I think that what's really unique about our program is that it's a high level of health sciences training, but with Indigenous culture and all through an Indigenous lens.
And it's important to be able to understand both the Western components of health delivery, public health, but also the Indigenous viewpoint. So students can really expect a merging of those two worlds with curriculum both present within the Western perspective, of methodologies and analyzing data, but also, outcomes within hospital settings, but then also looking at the importance of the Indigenous pieces, whether it's Indigenous methodology frameworks, Indigenous evaluation, Indigenous perspectives of health and disease, and really sort of using that two-eyed approach to mix those values to ensure that students really have a good handle of how to be able to dance those differences as they go on into their careers.
Having our MPH and our PhD online allows Native students, say from the Navajo Nation, to stay home, continue to be connected to their culture, and yet be gaining all of these public health skills and earning a degree. So it's been life-changing for a lot of students already to this point, and now they can take it to the next level with a PhD.
From American Indian leadership, American Indian policy, American Indian research, American Indian evaluation. So it's really well-rounded, and it will really help students be successful in their own communities.
The benefit of the online environment is you can reach more people in many different spaces. So I think it allows that opportunity for lots of diversity to come within the classroom, which increases the discussion and the depth of discussion from those different perspectives. And I think I'm excited to see that diversity continue with UND, and I think it really just gives a lot of value to the learning experience for students in general.